All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. This is a special after hours edition where I'm wearing my robe. Eh, it is after hours, but I'm not going to get too sultry on you guys right now. We're going to talk a little Marvin Wilson, break him down. I got Marvin Wilson on the brain. We talked about him in our Senior Bowl video, and I want to talk about him a little bit more. Get a little bit more inside this guy, see what makes him tick and how he fit on the Vikings. Um, First of all, let's just look at him as a whole. He's 6'5", 305 pounds, big, beautiful belly on him. Good career in Florida State, 15 career tackles for a loss, 9.5 career sacks, 109 total tackles, and that was with an abbreviated season this year. Supposedly, he's down and mobile, just ripping it up, blowing up blockers, really turning some heads down there. Just looking at this guy, his pluses, I mean, his size, I love his size. He's big, wide, he can take up space. For such a big guy, he actually explodes off the football. It's a great get off. As soon as that ball snapped, he's up and just creating ruckus. It's what he does, pushes the pocket. He's got good motor too. I mean, you see him fight. I've seen a play where he's actually fending off two blockers for an absurdly amount of time. It's been about 15 seconds. Finally pushes his way to the quarterback to get the sack. Very, very impressive. He's got a knack for blocking kicks, which the Vikings need. Vikings rarely ever block a field goal, a punt. He gets a big old pop there, can swat that thing down. Something the Vikings lack is that kind of a player, and Marvin Wilson gives you that. And like I said before, this guy can fight through blocks. He can take on double teams. He can eat them up, push them through. So really overall, a pretty impressive specimen, pretty impressive player when you watch this guy on film. Some negatives, and not all of them are really his fault. This guy was super highly touted when he came out of high school, one of the number one recruits in the nation. So with that, a lot of expectations were dumped upon him. And so they look at his overall production, 9.5 career sacks. Maybe that's not quite what people thought this kid would do at Florida State. Doesn't mean he still doesn't have a high ceiling, can't reach that potential. But that's kind of why he's that, and the fact he's not super great against the run is the reason why you see him, like we do in a mock, he lasts around 3 or 4 usually. So how does this guy, how would he fit on the Minnesota Vikings defensive line? Well, if I'm the Vikings and I drafted this guy, I'm going to plug him in. I'm going to tell him to do one thing. Once the ball snap, you go. Just go. Ball move, you go. Easy, simple, every time. Create ruckus, attack the center, attack the guard, crash down, push the pocket, create that disruption. That's what we need in the middle of this defense. An A-gap attacker, throw out the time of the offense. Marvin Wilson can do that. And the Vikings can get this guy in round 3. I think that's going to be a huge score. You can work him in slow if you want. You can put him in passing situations, but now in the NFL, what the hell isn't a passing situation? I would just, who else are you going to start? I mean, you get this guy, let him go there. Like I said, ball snaps, he moves, make it simple, make it easy, dumb it down for him, and just let him destroy things. I think he'd be a great fit for doing that on the Minnesota Vikings. So again, I don't know where he's going to end up. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in round 2. Most have him as that 3rd, 4th round range, where the Vikings have a plethora of picks. This is probably one of the biggest needs, arguably one of the biggest needs the Vikings have, is that 3 technique interior disruptor. So Marvin Wilson should be high on the Vikings radar. I think he's a great fit. And I definitely give him the One Bar and Lupagus seal of approval. Oh. All right, that's it. That's Marvin Wilson coming at you after hours. Until then, guys, always be sure to keep yours skull in your hole.